Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Rise of the Witch King. Today's cast is going to be on a custom created map called the Balrogs Lair. And this is a map that I created that is a 3v3 map. And it is, well, we'll get to the map in a second here. Let me introduce the players first. Spawning in the top left-hand side, we have myself, Cloud, as men. Spawning top center is going to be my ally, FireBrand, as Mordor. And our final ally is going to be Cleric, spawning as men in the top right. So we have two men in a Mordor. And then across the way here, if you go down here, across this very scary looking bridge with Balrogs on the side. Love the Balrogs there. We have Osiris spawning as men also. And why can't I see his buildings? Oh, he's building something way... He started a farm way down here in the bottom right hand corner. His ally going to be Snitches, spawning in the bottom center side as elves. And finally another elves as Buffmidget. So we have two elves and a men. This is going to be, I feel, a Mirkwood Archer Silverthorn fest, but we'll see if the forces of men can answer that. Men do have a lot of horsemen, which is a good counter to those Silverthorn Mirkwoods. Looks like I am going to be going with the early barracks here. And as I was saying, just talking about the map a little bit, 3v3 map, each side is should be pretty much perfectly balanced so that each side is the same amount of space. You can probably get in, it looks like 4 farms around your main base and then maybe 2 or 3 more. So Snitches here going to be utilizing that. And he actually is going to start off with a custom hero. We do have custom heroes on its map. He's starting off with his custom hero Hazor. Now it looks like my troops are going to be running around searching for some Malorn trees of Buffmidgets here, but he spawned 2 units of warriors, and my second unit of warriors is just now coming out. So he may lose a Malorn tree down here. Am I going to spot this one? I think so, but I might be concerned about these guys on the bridge here. Meanwhile, my ally, FireBrand here in the back, as the only Mordor is going with an early Easterlings. Might recommend the archers there to start off with, but we'll see how this turns out if Osiris goes for some early horsemen, which sometimes he does do, so this might be in an anticipation of that. But he is going to meet the archers here, and Buffmidget bypasses my troops now, going into the back of my base and going straight for my farms. I've taken out one of his, maybe the second Malorn tree of Buffmidgets here might go down, and it does go down. So I'm going to get 2 farms there. Meanwhile, my troops in the north do fall to the Lorien warriors. I do have additional troops coming out and additional harass going on. It looks like Cleric has gone for some early Gondor, what are these called? Gondor Knights. And they're going to be able to immediately find Hazor here. And now the Easterlings are coming in. Hazor actually with a decent amount of health. Those horses are going to actually get out of there and let the pikemen deal with him. Surprising amount of health for I'm guessing this hero costs something like 600 or 700 gold. Meanwhile, the Lorien warriors now battling Easterlings in the back. That is not the right unit to battle these warriors. Easterlings only effective against really heroes and horsemen. So FireBrand, unfortunately, that's the only production he has right now, is going for finally an Orc Pit. So we'll be able to get out some additional archers. Meanwhile, Cleric adding on some extra farms to gather that extra income. Meanwhile, my harass continues here, going for the upgraded barracks of Buffmidget. He does have a single unit out of archers, but he's lost most of his farms in the back. And if he loses this barracks, trying to produce Mirkwoods right now, but I'm not sure they're going to be out in time. He maybe. It's going to be really close. Those Mirkwoods will be a great addition to his army here to sort of prevent this harass. And yeah, that barracks will survive, so we'll be able to get those out. Meanwhile, Faramir is out for Osiris now, and Hazor in the thick of things, now level 3, plenty of health. And these Easterlings are basically just feeding him at this point. I'm not sure. Firebrand may want to fall back here. Lorien Warriors now showing up from Snitches to assist Hazor. And Hazor is just going to tank that damage in the front, and he'll be just fine. Probably a heal went off there by Snitches to hold on to his... Actually, no, still has the heal in his back pocket. So didn't even have to burn the heal there, as that hero is going to be just fine. Meanwhile, the Mirkwoods are out now for Buffmidget, and now these troops in a lot of trouble, not even able to kill a single... Oh, one Lorien Warrior goes down, maybe two. But these Mirkwoods so powerful, almost level 2 now as well. And it looks like I'm just going to be trying to find additional farms, as I've added on an additional barracks. Might consider going for a hero here, Boromir maybe against the elves to stun them. Firebrand going for quick fire arrows though, that's why he's just been pumping out Easterlings to stall this push. Now, Cleric here loses a builder, is attempting to build a wall maybe across here. What is he going for? He is going for the Knights of the Lamroth. Osiris adding on a stables as well now, and upgrading that. So it looks like he'll be going for either the Rohirrim or the Knights of the Lamroth as well. However, Cleric already has a unit out, so he's going to be way ahead here. Myself, I have gone for Boromir. Smart choice against the elves, although we might see Buffmidget going for Glorfindel sooner. Is he just continuing the Mirkwood production? Yeah, I really can't afford to do both at the moment. Meanwhile, Snitches is working on... does have that level 3 forge up now, and should begin to research... Oh no, he has it already. So he does have the Silverthorn arrows, and is now upgrading his troops on the field. Meanwhile, Hazor and Faramir up here. However, that's not going to be good, as the Knights of the Lamroth show up, although a second unit of archers shows up, and heal goes down to protect them, and the Knights of the Lamroth will fall. So a lot of trouble here for Bradlew Cleric and Firebrand, as Cleric's farms are now under attack. Meanwhile, on my side of the map, archers take out all of my remaining troops, and what do I have left? Where's Boromir? Did Boromir fall? That would be very bad if Boromir fell. I think so, and now I do have a lot of farms lining the outside of the map here, so I'm making a decent amount of income, probably working on rebuilding Boromir if he fell to these archers. Now, Buffmidget does not have the forge out yet, has actually gone for Glorfindel, so he's going to be delaying the Silverthorn, just working on the Mirkwoods, the Pikes, the heroes, not going for the Silverthorn yet, like Snitches did. Additional quota are out and are able to kill Faramir, but needs to pull these back, needs to run these horses through, not stand and engage. And Cleric in a bit of a tight spot here, however, Firebrand has basically gone unopposed at this point in terms of his farms, and he's making a ton of money as Mordor. With haste. So he's able to mass a lot of troops. Gothmog here gets crippled. But unfortunately, the elves are standing right next to him, so he can still attack. And all the Silverthorn elves go down. Gothmog does fall, but Hazor... Actually, we have two customer heroes now. So we have Hazor here for Snitches, and this is going to be C.A. Whore for Osiris. California Whore, I don't know. Silverthorn out for Snitches here. On the left side, too, is now sent some troops to back up Buffmidget. So many Mirkwoods. Attempting to run through here. Boromir is in here. Is he level 2? Not quite yet. As soon as he gets to level 2 right now, needs to throw down the horn. Preserve as many of these troops as he can. Glorfindel and the Mirkwoods still in here doing damage, though. There goes the horn, which should stun